Aybar with the Camden City School District. Today, we're here to talk about parent-teacher conferences. I am joined by two guests. Can you please introduce yourself and share your experience and interest on parent-teacher conferences?
Sure. My name is Tonya Beaman, and I currently serve in the position as the board coordinator in the superintendent's office for the district. And my interest in parent-teacher conferences because I have a son that's an 8th grader in the district, and I do attend parent-teacher conferences, and I find them very informative.
Great.
My name is Mr. Clayton Gonzalez. I'm the community school coordinator at VETS. My interest in the parent-teacher conferences, it's actually really big. Being involved with families one-on-one and being involved in the school, personally and physically, it's important for me to to have the parents come in and get informed, be active, be in there.
Okay. Why do you think it's important for families to attend parent-teacher conferences?
I feel it's important for families and parents to attend parent-teacher conferences because that's where they will be provided with information on their child's progress in that particular classroom, and they can become a part of their child's success, in class, and they can assist the teacher in helping their child reach their full potential and making sure that their child is at level in their classroom.
Yes, I feel the same way. I feel it's really important for the parents to actually be in there, be involved, be active. It's more than just going in there and sitting with your teacher and knowing what your child's grades are. It shows your presence. It shows the communication between your child's teacher, you, and the school. Your child sees it, so it serves as support for the child as well.
Right.
Based on your own experiences, what should parents expect when they attend parent-teacher conferences?
Well, based on my own experience, the parent should expect a two-way conversation where the teacher will be providing the parent with information on how the child is doing, how they're associating with their classmates in class, or if they're on level, if they're not on level, if there can be some areas where they can improve, and how the parent can help at home to help improve their child in class. And also the parent can provide information to the teacher that might not be known by the teacher by just teaching them in class. For example, if my child is having some type of, not depression, but going through something because they lost their pet or their fish died or something happened and personally at home, that might be affecting them in school, and the teacher might not be aware of that. So the parent can provide the information to the teacher, and the teacher will know why, okay, this is why Tyler seems a little bit, sluggish today because, their best friend, passed away or something like that. So they should, expect that two-way conversation.
Yeah, and along with the two-way conversation, you should always expect, the truth, and you should expect to, for the teacher to engage with you and ask you questions. And from a personal experience, the teachers are also expecting for you to ask them questions. Right. So that's something you should definitely prep for before a parent-teacher conference. If you have to pull out a notebook and write down questions, specific questions that you feel like need to be asked, or things that you feel the teacher needs to be aware of. That's something definitely to expect and to prep for.
Right. How can parents make the most out of their experience during parent-teacher conferences? Should they bring anything?
Well, like he stated, in order to make the most out of parent-teacher conferences, you should review your child's grades, progress reports prior to attending the conference, and make that list of questions so you can go to the teacher with your specific questions as far as, pertaining to a particular subject or whatever. And they should also be able to know what their child can do and cannot do. For example, I had an experience where my child received a grade in class, and I was kind of, questioning the grade. Not that my child has to be, well, I do expect my child to be excellent all the time.
Absolutely.
But the grade wasn't what I thought the grade should be because I know what my child brought home from school. So when I went and I showed the teacher and went to talk to the teacher, just the teacher, teachers are human and they want you to bring things to them. So when we were going over the grades and she looked at in her grade book, it was just a simple thing of her placing the grade on a different line. So she had the wrong grade for my child because of just one little, grammatical or typographical error. And so it's good for you to be well informed of your child's progress, success, and grades, so you can have that conversation. And not that you're challenging, but you just want to make sure that you're on top of what your child can do.
Yeah, a good way not to, a way not to go into a parent-teacher conference personally is don't feel intimidated.
Right.
That's definitely big, and I think that's something that a lot of us go through. Me as a parent, and when I walk into my daughter's classroom, I feel intimidated, sometimes. But I prep myself. I prep myself, like I stated. I make sure that I have questions that I want to ask. If there's something that I should be asking or something that I should be telling her, make the best of the experience. Always offer your assistance. There's nothing better. There's not a better educator than the actual parent. The teachers are with the students 7-8 hours a day, but after they leave from that building. They're home with you one-on-one.
Exactly.
And that it's just a follow-up. It's and just so I urge parents to definitely take that opportunity. And what you learn there, what you ask there, and the answers you get there, put them into place at home.
Right.
What are some ways parent-teacher conferences may not go as well, and how can parents avoid that?
Well, a way that a parent-teacher conference cannot go well would be if you didn't arm yourself with the information for your child, and if you came in how can I say, just fussing at the teacher, as opposed to having that two-way conversation and providing assistance and offering assistance to the teacher. And that, to me, that's the only reason I can think of right now that why a parent-teacher conference wouldn't go well, except for the fact that it's supposed to start at 6 but doesn't start at 7. That could be a reason why it doesn't go well.
Yeah, I personally, the only way I could probably think of is if you're not educated on what's going on, if you're not involved on what's going on, it's definitely going to go, it's not going to go as well as you want it to go. Hence why I'm always saying you have to be involved. You have to be, make sure that you know what's going on. If you have access to Genesis, which a lot of us should have access to Genesis, make sure you're looking up on Genesis, see if they have homework. See if the teacher was there, see if she wasn't there. It's just stuff to keep you active, to keep you involved, to keep you informed. That will keep from a parent-teacher conference pretty much going down the drain. It's definitely a practice that we all should put into place.
Absolutely. And just to add on the Genesis Parent Portal, even if parents don't have access, they can contact the community school coordinator and find out more information about that as well. Is there anything else that parents should know?
Well, I feel as though parents should know that they are the first and most important teacher in their child's life. So it's very important for parents to be involved with the school in ensuring that your child is receiving the proper education that they should receive, and that we can help reinforce what the child is learning in school at home to help the child do better in school and ultimately in life.
I feel like all the parents should know that in class, in school, everyone tries their hardest, and we put our best foot forward to make sure we give these, every child the education they deserve. So it's only fair that, we get pretty much the same response back when it comes to their involvement. I feel like every parent should know that it's important. It's important for you to be there. It's important for you to be involved. And I'm sorry, it gets personal. It gets personal with me, because it's being the community school coordinator. It's just I see where a lot of students, they don't have it, and it affects their performance. So it's important for every parent to know, be there, be involved, be active.
And it's good that your child knows that you care by
Exactly.
being active.
It makes a major difference.
Right.
Thank you for watching this episode of Spotlight on Parent-Teacher Conferences. Please make sure to share your comments and questions at the email shown below. Make sure you like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We hope to see you at Parent-Teacher Conferences.